Beautiful soul, I need you to stop everything you're doing right now and listen to these words with your whole heart. Something extraordinary is happening in the spiritual realm concerning your love life, and God has given me a message specifically for you today. If you've been feeling like love has forgotten about you, if you've been wondering when your person will finally show up, if you've been questioning whether true, godly love even exists for someone like you, I'm here to tell you that heaven is about to blow your mind. Before we dive deep into this prophetic word, I want you to hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to share will transform how you see yourself, your worth, and the divine love story God is writing over your life. This isn't just another relationship video. This is a heavenly download about the supernatural move God is making to bring you and your soulmate together in ways that will leave you breathless. Also want to take a moment to appreciate every single person who has supported this ministry through super thanks. Your generosity allows me to continue bringing these life-changing messages to millions of hearts around the world. Your investment in this kingdom work is creating ripple effects of healing and hope that reach far beyond what you can imagine. And if you're watching this and feeling touched by what God is doing through these messages, I want to invite you to consider clicking that super thanks button. Not because I need it, but because when we sow into what God is using to transform lives, we position ourselves to receive supernatural breakthroughs in our own journey. Now, let me tell you why you're here at this exact moment watching this video. The Holy Spirit has been whispering your name to me for days, showing me that there's someone, yes, someone very specific who has been talking to God about you. They've been having conversations with the Almighty about your heart, your dreams, your beautiful spirit, and they've been asking God if you could be the one they've been praying for their entire life. This person doesn't just see you as another option or a casual connection. They see you as their divine assignment, their God-ordained partner, their missing piece that makes everything make sense. And here's what's going to shake you to your core. They've already started telling people close to them that they believe you're their soulmate, not in a crazy, obsessive way, but in that deep spirit-led knowing that comes when God reveals his plans to those who are truly seeking his heart. They're having conversations with their closest friends, their family members, maybe even their pastor or mentor, saying things like, "I think I've found the person God has prepared for me," and describing qualities that sound exactly like you. You see, when God decides it's time for two hearts to come together, he doesn't just work on one side of the equation. He begins preparing both people simultaneously, creating divine synchronicities, opening doors, removing obstacles, and most importantly, he begins speaking to both hearts about each other before they even fully realize what's happening. What you're about to discover today will not only confirm what your spirit has been sensing, but it will also prepare you to step into the greatest love story of your life with confidence, wisdom, and unshakable faith. So grab your journal, find a quiet space, and prepare to receive one of the most powerful words over your romantic destiny that you've ever heard. Your love story is about to take a turn that will leave you praising God for the rest of your life. Number 1. They're having dreams about your future together. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is going to give you chills and confirm what your spirit has been sensing. This person that God has aligned with your destiny has been receiving supernatural downloads through their dreams, and you are the starring feature in every single vision. They're not just having random dreams, they're receiving prophetic glimpses into the life God wants to build between you two. And it's so beautiful, so detailed, so real, that they wake up with tears in their eyes and a knowing in their spirit that can't be shaken. In these dreams, they see you walking down the aisle in a dress that makes you look like the daughter of the king that you are, radiant with the glory of God shining through your smile. They see themselves standing at that altar, overwhelmed with gratitude that the Creator of the universe would entrust them with loving someone as precious as you. But it's not just wedding dreams. They're seeing your everyday life together. The quiet morning moments where you're both reading your Bibles at the kitchen table with coffee steam rising between you. The sound of your laughter filling their future home. The way you'll pray together before meals and hold hands during bedtime. Prayers. They're seeing children that look like both of you. Little ones with your eyes and their smile, or maybe their determination and your gentle heart. They watch these dream children running through the house, and they feel this overwhelming sense of purpose, knowing that God wants to use your union to raise up a generation that will impact the kingdom in ways you can't even imagine yet. These aren't lustful dreams or selfish fantasies. These are holy visions that come straight from the throne room of God, showing them the ministry you'll have together, the people you'll impact, the legacy you'll build. They see you both serving in your local church, maybe leading a marriage ministry or counseling couples, being living proof that God still writes the most incredible love stories for those who wait on His timing. In some dreams, they see you going through challenges together, but what moves them most is watching how you handle difficulties with such grace, such faith, such unwavering trust in God that they realize they need someone exactly like you to help them become the person God is calling them to be. They see you praying over them when they're struggling, speaking life over their dreams when doubt tries to creep in, being the Proverbs 31 woman who does him good and not evil all the days of his life. And here's what's really beautiful. They're also seeing you in moments of pure joy, dancing in your living room to worship music, gardening in your backyard while humming hymns, hosting dinner parties where your gift of hospitality makes everyone feel like family. These dreams are so vivid, so consistent, so filled with the presence of God that this person has started writing them down, creating almost like a vision board of the future God is showing them with you. They'll wake up in the middle of the night with such a strong sense of your presence that they have to pray, thanking God for you even though you're not officially in their life yet, asking God to protect you, to prepare your heart, to make you ready for everything He wants to do through your connection. Sometimes they dream about your first real conversation, the moment when small talk turns into something deeper, and you both realize there's something supernatural happening between you. They see the look in your eyes when you realize they're different from everyone else you've ever met, that they see your heart and value your spirit in ways that make you feel truly seen and cherished for the first time. But what makes these dreams most powerful is that they're not just about romance. They're about partnership in purpose. They see you two traveling together to conferences, maybe speaking at events about God's faithfulness in bringing you together, sharing your testimony of how God can write the most beautiful love stories for those who trust His process. They see quiet moments where you're both studying the Word together, challenging each other to go deeper in your faith, creating a home where the presence of God is so strong that people want to visit just to experience the peace and love that flows between you. Every time they wake up from these dreams, they feel more certain that you're not just someone they're attracted to. You're someone God has specifically chosen to be their life partner, their ministry partner, their forever person. And the most beautiful part is that God is showing them these dreams to prepare their heart to love you the way you deserve to be loved, completely, sacrificially, and with the kind of commitment that reflects Christ's love for His bride. Number 2, your name keeps coming up in their prayers. Something supernatural is happening in their prayer closet, and your name has become a regular part of their conversations with the Almighty. This isn't just casual mention or wishful thinking. This is deep, intercession-level prayer where they're asking God to prepare them to be worthy of someone as incredible as you. Every morning when they get on their knees before the Lord, Your face comes to mind, and they find themselves praying for your protection, your peace, your purpose, and your heart in ways that surprise even them. They're praying for you before they even know if you're interested in them, before they know if God will actually bring you together, because something in their spirit recognizes that you're not just another person. You're someone heaven has marked as significant in their destiny. Listen to the kinds of prayers they're praying over you, because this will blow your mind and confirm that this connection is divinely orchestrated. They're asking God to heal any past hurts in your heart that might make it difficult for you to trust again, to receive love again, to open your heart to the beautiful future God has planned for you. They're praying that God would surround you with the right people, remove any toxic relationships from your life, and position you in environments where your gifts and calling can flourish. They pray for your dreams and goals, even the ones they don't know about yet, asking God to open doors for you, to give you supernatural favor, to connect you with the right opportunities at exactly the right time. But here's where it gets really beautiful. They're also praying for themselves, asking God to make them the kind of person you deserve, to develop the character qualities that would make them worthy of your heart. They're praying for patience during this season of waiting, for wisdom to know how to approach you when God gives the green light, for the courage to love you boldly and biblically when the time comes. In their quiet moments with God, they confess their fears about not being good enough for you, about not having everything together perfectly, about the possibility that they might mess up the most important relationship of their life. And God keeps reassuring them that He's preparing both of you, that His timing is perfect, that what He's bringing together no force of darkness can tear apart. They pray for the day when they can pray with you instead of just for you, when they can hold your hands and seek God together about decisions, dreams, and the direction of your shared life. Sometimes their prayers get so intense, so full of faith and expectation, that they feel the presence of God confirming that yes, this connection is real, yes, this is part of His plan, yes, they need to keep believing and preparing for what's coming. They're praying that when you two finally have deep conversations, you'll both recognize the hand of God in bringing you together, that there will be such a supernatural peace and rightness about your connection that doubt won't even be able to find a foothold. They ask God to prepare your first official date, praying that it will be relaxed and natural, that you'll both feel comfortable being yourselves, that the conversation will flow like you've been friends for years, even though you're just getting to know each other. In fact, they're already praying about how to honor God in your relationship, how to set healthy boundaries that protect both of your hearts while you're getting to know each other, how to build something that glorifies God from day one. They pray for your family, asking God to give them favor with the people you love most, that your loved ones would see their heart, their character, their genuine care for you, and give their blessing to what God is building. But perhaps the most touching prayers they pray are the ones where they thank God for you before you're even together, expressing gratitude for the way God is using the thought of you to make them a better person, to draw them closer to Him, to clarify what really matters in life. They thank God for your kindness, your strength, your beauty inside and out, your heart for God, your dreams and passions, even the parts of your story that include pain, because they recognize that everything you've walked through has shaped you into the incredible woman God created you to be. These aren't selfish prayers asking God to just give them what they want. These are surrendered prayers asking God to have His way, to do what's best for both of you, to use your connection to advance His kingdom and bring Him glory. And here's the most powerful part. They're praying that God would prepare your heart to recognize them when He brings you together, that you would have spiritual discernment to see past any surface imperfections to the heart that God has been molding just for you. Every time they say amen after praying for you, they feel more peaceful, more expectant, more confident that God is orchestrating something beautiful behind the scenes. Number 3. They light up when someone mentions your name. You need to understand something powerful about what happens in the spiritual realm when God connects two hearts before they even realize they're connected. There's an involuntary response that happens when this person hears your name, sees you, or when someone brings you up in conversation, and it's so obvious that people around them are starting to notice. Their whole countenance changes the moment you're mentioned. Their eyes brighten, their voice gets softer, their entire demeanor shifts into something more hopeful, more alive, more expectant. It's like watching someone receive good news, even when the conversation about you is completely casual or neutral. Their friends and family have started to pick up on this pattern, and some of them are beginning to tease them about it, asking why they get that certain look whenever your name comes up. But this isn't just a crush or infatuation. This is a soul recognition that happens when God shows someone their divine assignment. When they hear about something good happening in your life, they feel genuinely excited, like your victories are somehow connected to their own joy. When someone mentions a challenge you're facing, their heart immediately goes into intercession mode, and they find themselves wanting to find ways to support or encourage you, even if they have to do it from a distance. If someone speaks critically about you or misunderstands your heart, they find themselves wanting to defend you, to set the record straight, to make sure people see the incredible person they know you to be. It's like God has given them protective instincts over you, before you've even given them permission to care about you at that level. Watch what happens when they're in group settings, and someone tells a funny story involving you. They laugh differently, like they're storing up these glimpses into your personality, your sense of humor, your way of handling situations. They remember details about your life that other people would forget, not because they're obsessed, but because something in their spirit recognizes that these details matter, that they're getting previews of the person they're going to spend their life with. When mutual friends talk about your dreams, your goals, your passions, they listen with such intensity, such genuine interest, that people notice how invested they seem in your success and happiness. They ask follow-up questions about you in ways that show they're not just being polite. They really want to understand your heart, your values, your vision for your life. If someone mentions that you're going through a difficult season, their immediate response is to ask how they can pray, how they can help, what you might need, even if they're not in a position to provide it directly. There's something so pure about the way they light up when they hear that you're happy, successful, blessed, or experiencing breakthrough in any area of your life. It's like they have a personal investment in your joy that goes beyond normal friendship or casual interest. Their family members have started to notice this pattern too, and some of them have begun asking pointed questions about who you are and why you seem to have such a significant impact on their mood and energy. Close friends have started making comments like, "You should just ask her out already," or "When are you going to tell her how you feel?" Because your effect on them is becoming impossible to hide. But here's what's beautiful about their response. It's not just emotional, it's spiritual. When your name comes up in conversation, they often feel this sense of peace, like God is confirming something, like they're on the right track, like their heart is responding exactly the way it should to the person God has prepared for them. Sometimes they'll be having a difficult day, feeling discouraged or overwhelmed, and then someone will mention something about you. Maybe that you posted something encouraging on social media, or that you helped someone, or that you achieved something significant, and suddenly their day feels brighter. It's like God uses even casual mentions of you to remind them that there's something beautiful coming, that there's hope for their romantic future, that He hasn't forgotten about the desires of their heart. They've started to recognize this pattern themselves, and it's becoming one of the ways they know that this connection is real, that it's from God, that they're not just imagining the spiritual significance of what they're feeling. When they're struggling with doubt about whether you could ever be interested in them, God will orchestrate situations where your name comes up naturally, and they'll feel that familiar surge of hope and peace that reminds them to keep trusting His timing. People have begun to comment on how happy they seem lately, how there's something different about their energy, how they seem more hopeful and expectant than usual. What they don't realize is that a significant part of this shift in their overall demeanor is connected to the hope they feel about you, about the possibility of what God might be building between you. Even their prayer life has been impacted. When they hear updates about your life, they go to God with thanksgiving when you're blessed, and with intercession when you're challenged. Your name has become a regular part of their conversations with heaven, and that's creating a spiritual bond that will make your eventual connection even more powerful and meaningful. Number 4. They're preparing their life for your arrival. Something incredible is happening behind the scenes that you can't see yet, but it's going to bless your heart when you realize the intentional ways this person has been preparing their life for your arrival. This isn't just someone who's casually hoping things work out. This is someone who has received such a strong conviction from God that you're their person, that they've begun making practical, tangible changes to create space for you in their world. They've started thinking about their living situation differently, considering whether their current space would be welcoming to you, whether it reflects the kind of environment where love can flourish and grow. Maybe they've begun saving money for your future together, not just for dates or gifts, but for the bigger picture, a ring, a wedding, a home, the kind of financial foundation that would allow them to provide for you and any children God might bless you with. They're working on their personal development with new intensity, addressing character issues that the Holy Spirit has shown them need attention before they can be worthy of someone as incredible as you. If they've had habits that wouldn't honor God or respect you, they're breaking those habits now, not just changing their behavior superficially, but getting to the heart issues and allowing God to transform them from the inside out. They're reading books about marriage, about biblical manhood, about how to love a woman the way Christ loves the church, because they want to be prepared to honor you the way you deserve. Some of them are going to counseling or seeking mentorship from older couples whose marriages they admire, asking questions about how to build something lasting and beautiful, how to navigate challenges, how to keep love growing stronger over time. They're getting their spiritual life in order in new ways, developing more consistent prayer habits, diving deeper into the Word, making sure their relationship with God is solid enough to be the foundation of your future together. If they've been casual about church attendance or involvement, they're becoming more committed, more engaged, because they understand that you need a man who's serious about his faith, not just someone who believes but doesn't live it out consistently. Their friend groups are being evaluated differently now. They're considering which relationships are healthy and life-giving, which ones might need boundaries, and which ones simply don't align with the direction God is taking their life. They want to surround themselves with people who will support and encourage your relationship, people who share your values and will speak wisdom into your lives when you need guidance. Career-wise, they're thinking more strategically about their future, considering not just what they enjoy doing, but how their work can provide stability and security for a family, how their calling can complement yours. They're working harder, showing up differently, taking on more responsibility because they have someone specific to work for now, someone whose dreams and needs motivate them to excel in ways that self-focused ambition never could. Their relationship with their family is being strengthened and healed where necessary because they want to be able to introduce you to people who will love and welcome you, who will become like family to you too. If there have been unresolved conflicts or unhealthy patterns in their family relationships, they're addressing those issues now, having difficult conversations, setting healthy boundaries, doing whatever needs to be done to create peace. They're thinking about your interests and hobbies, maybe exploring new activities or learning about things you're passionate about. Not to be fake or manipulative, but because they genuinely want to understand and share in the things that bring you joy. If you love travel, they might be researching destinations, saving money for trips, learning about places you've mentioned wanting to visit. If you're passionate about certain causes or ministries, they're learning about those areas, considering how they might be able to support and participate in the things that matter to your art. Their home is being prepared for your presence, not just cleaned up for potential visits, but thoughtfully arranged to be welcoming, comfortable, a place where you could see yourself spending time and feeling at home. They might be learning to cook your favorite foods, stocking their kitchen with ingredients for meals you'd enjoy, creating an environment where they could serve and honor you in practical ways. Their schedule is being adjusted to create margin for relationship, recognizing that building something real and lasting requires time, attention, and intentional investment. They're saying no to commitments that used to seem important, but don't contribute to the life they want to build with you, making space for the conversations, dates, and quality time that deep connection requires. Perhaps most importantly, they're preparing their heart, dealing with past hurts, forgiving previous relationships that ended poorly, healing from disappointments, getting free from any emotional baggage that could interfere with their ability to love you fully and purely. They understand that you deserve someone who's whole, healed, and ready to give you their best, not someone who's still carrying wounds or unresolved issues from their past. All of these preparations aren't being done out of desperation or manipulation. They're flowing from a place of genuine love and respect for you, from a recognition that if God is bringing someone as wonderful as you into their life, they need to be ready to receive that gift with gratitude and responsibility. Number 5. They see your heart beyond your appearance. In a world obsessed with surface-level attraction and shallow connections, God has given this person supernatural insight into who you really are beneath all the external things that usually captivate people's attention. While others might notice your physical beauty or be impressed by your accomplishments, this person has been given eyes to see your heart, your spirit, your character, and the depth of who you are as a daughter of the Most High God. They see your kindness in the way you interact with people who can't do anything for you, the way you speak to servers at restaurants, how you treat children and elderly people, the compassion you show to those who are struggling or hurting. They notice your integrity in small moments when you think no one is watching, how you handle situations when you could take advantage but choose to do what's right instead, how you keep your word even when it's inconvenient, how you honor commitments even when your feelings change. Your humility moves them deeply, the way you deflect praise and point credit toward God or others, how you're genuinely surprised when people compliment you, the way you serve without needing recognition or appreciation. They see your strength in ways that go far beyond physical capabilities, your emotional resilience when facing difficulties, your spiritual fortitude when your faith is tested, your ability to keep loving people even when they disappoint you. But they also see your gentleness, the soft spots in your heart that you protect carefully, the tender way you handle broken things and broken people, your ability to speak truth with such love that people receive it instead of rejecting it. Your intelligence captivates them, not just your ability to think critically or solve problems, but your wisdom, your discernment, your intuitive understanding of people and situations that helps you navigate life with such grace. They're fascinated by your creativity, the way you see beauty where others see ordinary things, how you bring light and life into spaces just by being present. The unique perspective you have that makes everything more interesting and meaningful. Your passion for God moves them to worship, watching how you light up when you talk about what He's done in your life. How naturally praise flows from your lips, how your faith influences every area of your life without you having to force it or fake it. They see your dreams and are amazed by the vision God has given you for your life, the way you think about making a difference in the world, your heart for justice, mercy, and transformation in the lives of others. Your loyalty touches them deeply, how you stand by people you love, even when it's costly, how you defend those who can't defend themselves, how you invest in relationships for the long term, rather than just what benefits you in the moment. They notice your work ethic, not just your ability to accomplish tasks, but your heart behind the work. How your excellence flows from a desire to honor God rather than just impress people. How you treat your responsibilities as acts of worship. Your sense of humor delights them, not just because you can make them laugh, but because of the joy that bubbles up from inside you. Your ability to find lightness even in heavy situations. The way laughter comes naturally when you're around. They see your wounds too, the places where life has hurt you, and instead of being scared off or seeing you as damaged, they feel protective, honored that God would trust them with your tender. Places eager to be part of your healing and restoration. Your independence impresses them, your ability to take care of yourself, make good decisions, handle responsibilities without needing someone else to rescue you or complete you, while still being open to partnership and interdependence. But they also see your vulnerability, those moments when you let your guard down and allow people to see your needs, your fears, your hopes, and they're moved by the trust that requires. The courage it takes to be real in a world that often punishes authenticity. Your generosity amazes them, how you give your time, energy, resources, and attention so freely, how you look for ways to bless others even when your own resources are limited, how serving others brings you genuine joy. They see your growth, how you're always working to become a better version of yourself, how you handle correction and feedback with humility, how you learn from mistakes rather than being crushed by them, how you allow God to continue shaping and molding your character. Most importantly, they see your heart for God and recognize that everything beautiful about you flows from that relationship, that your love for Jesus is what makes you the incredible woman you are, that your identity as his daughter is what gives you the confidence and security that draws people to you. This isn't someone who's trying to overlook your flaws or put you on an unrealistic pedestal. This is someone who sees your humanity, your imperfections, your areas of growth, and loves you more because of the complete picture, not despite it. They understand that God has shown them your heart because he's preparing them to guard it, protect it, honor it, and help it flourish in ways that bring glory to his name and joy to your soul. When they look at you, they don't just see who you are today, they see who God is making you into, the woman you're becoming, the ministry you'll have together, the legacy you'll build, the love story that will point others toward the goodness and faithfulness of God. Number 6. Their friends and family keep asking about you. The people closest to this person have started to notice something different about the way they talk about you, the way their energy changes when you're mentioned, and the consistent way your name seems to come up in conversations. Their friends have begun asking direct questions because the pattern has become so obvious that it can't be ignored or explained away as casual interest. Close friends are saying things like, "So when are you going to ask her out?" Or, "It's obvious you have feelings for her, what are you waiting for?" Because your impact on this person's mood, priorities, and conversation topics has become undeniable. Their family members have started mentioning you during family gatherings, asking for updates about your life, wondering when they might get to meet you officially, because they can see that you've become significant to their loved one in ways that go beyond normal friendship. Mothers have that special intuition about these things, and his mother has probably started asking pointed questions about your character, your faith, your family background, because she recognizes that this isn't just another person he's interested in. This is someone who might become part of their family. Siblings are teasing them about being distracted, about smiling at their phone when you text, about the way they perk up when someone mentions your name because the signs of deep interest are written all over their face and behavior. His closest friends have started including you in their prayers, not because anyone asked them to, but because they can see how much you mean to him, and they want God's will to be done in this situation that's obviously important to someone they care about. Family gatherings have started including conversations about you, with relatives asking when they're going to bring you around, when you might join them for holidays or special occasions, because they can sense that this connection is heading towards something permanent and significant. His friends are starting to adjust their plans to accommodate the possibility of you being part of the group, including you in invitations to events, making sure you feel welcome and included, because they recognize that you're not just a temporary interest, you're someone who might be around for the long haul. The men in his life who serve as mentors or spiritual advisors have begun asking about his intentions toward you, wanting to make sure he's handling this connection with honor, wisdom, and biblical principles, because they can see this relationship has the potential to be something sacred and lasting. His accountability partners have started asking about his purity, his emotional boundaries, his prayer life regarding you, because they recognize that this connection is affecting him at deep levels, and they want to help him navigate it in ways that honor God. Female friends and family members have started asking about your interests, your style, your preferences, because they're already thinking about how to welcome you into their circle, how to make you feel loved and accepted when the time comes. Close friends have begun making comments about how happy he seems lately, how there's something different about his energy, his optimism, his overall demeanor, and when they trace it back, the change coincides with when you became a significant part of his thoughts and prayers. His family has started praying for you by name, asking God to protect you, prepare your heart, and orchestrate his perfect timing in bringing you two together, because they can see that this isn't just their loved one's desire. This feels like something God is orchestrating. Friends who know, you both have started making observations about how well-suited you seem to be for each other, commenting on shared values, complementary personalities, similar life goals, and the way you both light up around each other, even in casual interactions. His inner circle has begun having conversations about rings, proposal ideas, wedding planning, because the trajectory of this connection feels so clear, so God-ordained, that they're already thinking ahead to the next phases of your relationship. Some friends have started stepping back from trying to set him up with other people, recognizing that his heart is already taken, that there's no point in introducing other options, because he's already found his person. Family members have started making room in their hearts and their future plans for you, considering how holidays might look with you included, how family traditions might expand to include your background and preferences, how their family tree might grow to include you. His closest friends have started defending your connection when others might question the timing, the pace, or the intensity of his feelings, because they've witnessed firsthand the way God has been confirming this relationship through dreams, conversations, and supernatural peace. The prayer warriors in his life have started interceding for your relationship specifically, asking God to remove any obstacles, to heal any past hurts that might interfere, to prepare both of your hearts for the beautiful future he has planned. His mentors have started giving him books about marriage, sharing wisdom about how to love a woman biblically, preparing him for the responsibility of being a godly husband, because they can see that this preparation isn't theoretical, it's practical preparation for a specific future with you. Even his extended family has started asking about you, wanting to know when they might get to meet the woman who's captured their loved one's heart so completely, because your influence on his life has become a topic of conversation at family gatherings. The most beautiful part of all this attention from his inner circle is that it's not intrusive or pushy. It's excited, expectant, supportive, because they can see that this connection is bringing out the best in him, making him happier, more focused, more purposeful in ways that confirm this relationship is a blessing from God. They're not just asking about you because they're curious. They're asking because they're already starting to love you through him, already making space in their hearts for the woman who's brought such joy and hope into the life of someone they care about deeply. Number 7. They're becoming the person you've been praying for. In the most beautiful display of how God works in the hearts of two people simultaneously, this person has been undergoing a supernatural transformation that's specifically designed to make them into exactly the kind of partner you've been asking God for in your quiet moments of prayer. Every character quality you've whispered to heaven during your late-night conversations with God, every trait you've written in your journal when describing your future husband, every standard you've refused to lower despite pressure from others, God has been developing those exact qualities in this person's life. If you've been praying for a man who seeks God first before making decisions, you need to know that their prayer life has become more consistent, more intimate, more dependent on hearing from heaven before taking action in any area of their life. They've been developing the discipline of starting each day on their knees, not just asking for blessings, but surrendering their will, their plans, their desires to God's perfect plan, and that includes their approach to loving and pursuing you. The spiritual maturity you've been asking for in a partner is being cultivated in them through seasons of testing, growth, and deeper revelation of God's character, making them someone who can lead your relationship spiritually without being controlling or religious. If you've prayed for someone with emotional intelligence who can communicate effectively, handle conflict maturely, and create a safe space for your heart, God has been putting them through experiences that develop exactly those capabilities. They've been learning to identify and express their own emotions in healthy ways, to listen without immediately trying to fix problems, to validate feelings even when they don't fully understand them, to have difficult conversations with grace and wisdom. The financial responsibility and work ethic you've asked for in a partner has been strengthened through challenges and opportunities that have taught them to handle money biblically, to work with excellence as unto the Lord, to plan for the future while trusting God for provision. Number 8, they feel a supernatural peace when they think about you. There's something extraordinary happening in the spiritual realm that I need you to understand, because it's going to confirm everything your heart has been sensing about this. Divine connection God is orchestrating between you and this incredible person. When this person thinks about you, when they pray about you, when they imagine a future with you, something supernatural happens that they can't explain in natural terms. They experience the peace of God that surpasses all understanding, the kind of peace that can only come from heaven. When you're in alignment with God's perfect will for your life, this isn't just relief or happiness or excitement, though those emotions are present too. This is the deep, settled peace that comes when your spirit recognizes truth, when your soul knows it's encountered something that fits perfectly into God's plan for your destiny. In a world where relationships often bring anxiety, confusion, and emotional turmoil, this person experiences the complete opposite when they focus their heart and mind on you. Instead of the typical butterflies and nervousness that come with romantic interest, they feel grounded, secure, confident that they're walking in the right direction. When doubt tries to creep in, when the enemy whispers lies about their worthiness, or questions whether this connection could really be from God, all they have to do is think about you, and that supernatural peace floods their heart again, silencing every voice that isn't from heaven. They've never experienced anything like this before in any relationship, and they recognize that this level of spiritual confirmation can only come when God is involved in orchestrating something beautiful and sacred between two people who belong together. During their quiet times with God, when they bring your name before the throne, they feel such a strong sense of rightness, such a clear confirmation from the Holy Spirit, that they know beyond a shadow of doubt that you're not just someone they're attracted to, you're someone God has specifically chosen for their life. This peace extends to every area of their thoughts about you. When they imagine introducing you to their family, they feel peace. When they think about building a life together, they feel peace. When they consider the challenges that every relationship faces, they feel peace because they know that what God joins together, nothing can separate. Even when they're going through difficult seasons in other areas of their life, work stress, family challenges, financial pressures, health concerns, the thought of you brings such comfort, such hope, such supernatural tranquility that they realize God is using their love for you as a source of strength and encouragement. They've started to recognize this peace as one of the primary ways God confirms His will in their life. When they pray about major decisions, when they seek guidance about their future, when they ask God for direction in any area, they use their feelings about you as a measuring stick for what God's peace feels like. This person has learned that anxiety, confusion, and unrest are not from God, especially when it comes to relationships, and the complete absence of those negative emotions when they think about you has become one of their strongest confirmations that this connection is divinely ordained. Friends and family members have commented on how peaceful they seem when they talk about you, how there's no drama, no emotional chaos, no obsessive behavior, just this calm confidence that God is working everything out according to His perfect timing. When they pray for patience during this season of waiting, they feel peace. When they ask God to prepare their heart to love you well, they feel peace. When they surrender their timeline and trust God's timing for when you'll come together officially, they feel peace. This supernatural peace has also given them the strength to wait for you instead of settling for someone else who might be available now but isn't God's best for their life. They'd rather wait in peace for God's perfect plan than rush into something that doesn't carry this same spiritual confirmation. The peace they feel about you has begun to influence other areas of their life too, making them more patient in general, more trusting of God's timing in all things, more confident that God really does work everything together for good for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. When well-meaning friends suggest other potential relationships or question why they're so certain about someone, they're not even officially dating yet, this person just smiles with that peaceful confidence that comes from knowing God has already confirmed His will in their heart. They sleep better at night knowing that God is orchestrating your love story. They wake up with hope instead of anxiety about their romantic future, and they face each day with the quiet confidence that comes from being in perfect alignment with heaven's plan for their life. This peace isn't passive or complacent. It's active and expectant, filled with faith and anticipation for everything God is going to do through your connection. It's the peace of someone who knows they're exactly where God wants them to be, walking in the center of His will, preparing for the most beautiful chapter of their life story. Number 9, they're already planning ways to bless and serve you. Something beautiful is happening in this person's heart that's going to absolutely melt you when you discover it. They've begun thinking of ways to bless you, serve you, and make your life more beautiful. even before you're officially together, because their love for you is already expressing itself through acts of service and thoughtful consideration. This isn't someone who's just thinking about what they can get from a relationship with you. This is someone whose heart has been so captured by who you are that they're constantly looking for opportunities to give to you, to add value to your life, to be a blessing rather than a burden. They've been paying attention to your interests, your passions, your dreams, and they're already brainstorming ways they could support and encourage those areas of your life. If you love reading, they're thinking about bookstore dates and cozy libraries where you could spend hours together. If you're passionate about fitness, they're considering how they could be your workout partner or encourage your health goals. Their mind goes to practical things too. They think about your busy schedule and wonder how they could help make your life easier, whether that's bringing you coffee during stressful weeks, helping with errands when you're overwhelmed, or simply being a peaceful presence during chaotic seasons. If you've mentioned struggles with anything, work challenges, family situations, financial pressures, health concerns, their immediate instinct is to think about how they could provide support, encouragement, or practical help, not because they want to rescue you or because they think you can't handle things yourself, but because they genuinely care about your well-being and happiness. They've started thinking about your family too, wondering how they could bless your parents, serve your siblings, become a positive addition to your family dynamic rather than someone who competes for your time and attention. Gift-giving has taken on new meaning for them, not expensive or extravagant things, but thoughtful gestures that show they've been listening to your heart, remembering details about things you've mentioned wanting or needing or enjoying. They think about bringing you flowers, not just for special occasions, but randomly on ordinary Tuesdays, because they know how much joy beautiful things bring to your heart. They consider what kind of flowers you'd love most, what colors make you smile, what scents remind you of happy memories. Their career ambitions have shifted to include thoughts of how their success could benefit you too. They're not just working for their own advancement anymore. They're thinking about how their promotions, their increased income, their professional growth could create opportunities to bless you and any future family you might have together. They've begun thinking about your dreams and goals with the same passion they think about their own. If you want to travel, they're researching destinations and saving money for trips you could take together. If you have ministry aspirations, they're considering how they could support and participate in whatever God has called you to do. Service has become a love language for them. They find themselves looking for opportunities to help you in ways both big and small, from carrying heavy things to listening when you've had a difficult day, from praying for your requests to celebrating your victories with genuine excitement. They think about your comfort constantly, how to make sure you feel safe with them, valued by them, cherished in their presence. They consider how to create environments where you can be completely yourself, where you never have to perform or pretend or earn their affection. Their financial decisions are being influenced by thoughts of you too. They're being more careful with money, more intentional about saving, more strategic about purchases because they have someone specific they want to be able to provide for and bless generously. They've started thinking about holiday traditions, wondering which ones from their family you might enjoy and which traditions from your background they'd love to adopt, because they want to create new memories that honor both of your histories while building something beautiful together. Even their daily schedule is being adjusted with thoughts of you. They're creating margin in their life for the time and attention that a real relationship requires, saying no to commitments that would prevent them from being fully present with you when the time comes. They think about your spiritual growth too, wondering how they could encourage your relationship with God, support your ministry involvement, create space for you to flourish in your calling without feeling like they're competing with your devotion to Christ. This spirit of service and blessing isn't motivated by guilt or obligation or trying to earn your love. It flows from a heart that's already so full of love for you that giving feels more natural than receiving, blessing you feels more satisfying than being blessed by you. They understand that biblical love is sacrificial, that Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, and they want to practice that kind of selfless love in their relationship with you from the very beginning. Most beautifully, they're already planning ways to serve you that align with your love language, whether that's words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, or receiving gifts. They want to love you in the way that makes you feel most cherished and valued. Beautiful soul, if even half of these signs resonate with what your spirit has been sensing, then you need to know that God is confirming something extraordinary that's been orchestrating behind the scenes of your life. This isn't just wishful thinking or romantic fantasy. This is the supernatural way God prepares two hearts for the love story he's been writing since before you were born. The person I've been describing isn't just someone who has a crush on you. This is someone whose heart has been divinely connected to yours, someone God is preparing to love you the way his daughter deserves to be loved. Keep praying, keep trusting God's timing, keep preparing your own heart to receive the beautiful love that's coming your way. Your love story is about to begin, and it's going to be more beautiful than anything you've ever imagined. If this message has touched your heart, make sure to subscribe for more prophetic words over your romantic destiny. And remember to support this ministry through super thanks so we can continue bringing hope and healing to hearts around the world. God bless you and get ready for the most incredible chapter of your love story to unfold.